Hi and welcome back to Mrs. Riley's Maths videos. So today what we're dealing with is area and volume, which is sometimes called shape and space. And we've been looking at 2D shapes, and then we looked at prisms, and then we looked at scale drawings, and now we're looking at the cylinder. So we have two other 3D shapes besides rectangular solids and prisms. We have two other 3D shapes that we have to be able to find the surface area of and the volume of, and the one that we're looking at today is cylinder. Now a cylinder, if we were in the classroom I'd show you a Pringles can, but a cylinder is something like this. I don't know if you can see it there. This is a little tin of paint. It's a cylinder, it's a solid, it's 3D. There's two things we need to be able to find. We need to be able to find the surface area, and that's made up of different parts. One part is the curved surface area, which is this roundy part on this tin of paint. It's the label. Okay, it's this label that carries all the information about the tin of paint. And then it's got the base, which is a circle, and it's got the lid. Okay, so the surface area, the total surface area of that tin of paint, if I had to wrap it in paper with no overlaps, would be this curved surface area, which is 2 pi r h, the base, which is pi r squared because it's a circle, and the lid, which is pi r squared because it's also a circle. So the total surface area of this would be 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Remembering, of course, that what we're talking about there, here's a cylinder here, that this is the h, okay, and this is the radius, the r bit, okay, the distance from the center to the edge. The volume of this cylinder is going to be pi r squared h. So the volume is how much paint it holds, how much water it holds, what its capacity is. So that's the volume of the paint, and that's pi r squared h. Now both those formulae are in your tables book. Now a quick refresher on this. We would do this in the classroom as well. We can use a toilet roll center, or whatever they call it, to talk about this curved surface area one, which I think is quite useful actually. Here's our cylinder. Okay, as you can see, this is the height. So this is the height, and the radius would be this distance here from the center to the edge. This is a circle at the top, so of course this circle length is going to be 2 pi r. 2 pi r. The length of that circle is 2 pi r. Okay, so the height is there, and the length is 2 pi r. So let's just write it in here again, that the height is there. Okay, so if I was to cut this cylinder up, what we have is a rectangle. This rectangle has a height of h and a length of 2 pi r, because remember that was the circumference of the circle. Okay, that's the circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, circumference is there, 2 pi r, but when it's expanded it's just a straight line, 2 pi. The area of that rectangle is of course the length, which is 2 pi r, times the width, which is h. So 2 pi r times h, which gives us 2 pi r h, which is the curved surface area of a cylinder. So hopefully that will help you with that. Now just on the volume of the cylinder being pi r squared h, well obviously in this cylinder here, the area of the base is pi r squared because it's a circle, and then in that cylinder we have, say this is 5 centimeters tall, we've got 5 slices that are a centimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If each of those is pi r squared, then the volume of that is 5 by pi r squared, isn't it? So pi r squared h, the volume of the cylinder, is the area of the base, which is pi r squared, times the height of the cylinder, and that's the same as a prism, if you remember that. Remember the prism, we found the area of one end and multiplied it by the length of the shape. In this case, the length of the shape is called its height. So it's the area of one end, which is pi r squared, multiplied by the height. Anyway, let's do a couple of quick examples and then you can get on with your work. So let's take a cylinder. Here we are. And let's say that the radius of this cylinder is 12 centimeters and the height of this cylinder is 30 centimeters. And we're being asked to find the total surface area and the volume. So with area and volume questions, it's very, very useful to get into the habit of drawing a sketch of the shape and then to name the shape. So it's a cylinder. And then what are we looking for? We're looking for the total surface area. So it's going to be 2 pi or h plus 2 pi or squared. So write down the formula. So it's going to be 2. Now we haven't been told what to take pi to be. So let's say take pi to be 3.14. Okay. So 2 times 3.14 times r, which is 12, times h, which is 30. That's the first bit. And then the second bit is going to be 2 times 3.14 times 12, which is the radius squared. And then we just plug that into the calculator. So it's going to be, let's see, 2 times 3.14 times 12 times 30, which equals 2260.8, 2260.8, and 2 by 3.14 times 12 squared, which equals 904.32. And adding those together, I'm going to add together 2260.8 equals 3165.12. 3165.12. Now what units is that? Well, it's surface area, so it's area, so it's going to be centimeters squared. So the total surface area of this particular cylinder is 3165.12 centimeters squared. To the nearest whole number, it will be 3165 centimeters squared. And the volume. The volume of a cylinder we know is pi r squared h. So in this case that's 3.14 by 12 squared by 30. So again on the calculator, 3.14 by 12 squared by 30 equals 13564.8. What unit is that? Volume is centimeters cubed. So it's 13564.8 centimeters cubed for the volume, or to the nearest whole number, 13565 centimeters cubed. Okay, I hope that's useful. Talk to you again. Thanks. Bye bye.